They're really into the community, they're involved with all kinds of stuff, and this feature alone says just how much they're involved in the community.
So they actually wanted people's dogs to be able to drink out in front of their pond. Yep.
So we built this pond to be as interactive as possible, even with these kind of larger stepping stones, right? His wife is a Cubs fan, he's a Sox fan, but he wants nothing more than to be able to sit in a water feature and watch the TV during the middle of summer.
Now this is my kind of guy right here. It's a gorgeous day in Geneva, Illinois. I'm with Brian Helfrich, my top guy in the construction team for 23 years. I'm Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the pond guy, where you can hear it. We focus on how people live the aquascape lifestyle. Beautiful house, white picket fence. And what I love about this, we're right in the city.
Yeah, we're just a few blocks from downtown Geneva here. Tom and his wife have really been bitten by the water guarding bug.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
Like even this. And it's a really special family. Like they're really into the community, they're involved with all kinds of stuff, and this feature alone says just how much they're involved in the community.
Yep.
They 100% put this in because of the amount of people that walk their dogs up and down the street.
Speaking of dogs, so they actually wanted people's dogs to be able to drink out in front of their pond. Yep. And this was kind of the last thing that we had after really pimping out the backyard.
Oh, and you have no idea what's going on in the backyard.
All right, you got to check this out. And what I love most about this is that we're in a downtown setting, but when you're there, you might as well be in the middle of the woods because you could not tell. You can't see the neighbors. You're down remote and you're surrounded by the sound of water. Check this out. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so now we're walking into the driveway, and I love the first thing that I hear, and then you see when the headlights would turn in, you would look at the biofalls right up here at the apex.
Right here. So they've got this little waterfalls kind of hidden underneath this maple tree. Just kind of gives a teaser of what's about to happen, right?
Yes.
What I love about this waterfall, when we get rocks, we're always looking at the rocks for the texture of the rocks and the angles of the rocks and everything else. Look at how this rock just lent itself to have a waterfall come off of it. We got this natural high side here, and not to take advantage of that and have some water hit this and spill over. So carving this thing into place, the water hits it and then comes over. It's just fantastic. Look at this, Greg. Just like over at that other place we looked at, all the maple tree roots that are growing down into this stream. And so once again, not piercing the liner in any way, but just growing right over the top of the liner and giving this tree all the love it needs. What I mean by teaser? That's all you saw, and now this water just keeps going and going and going. One thing I want you to pay attention to that you probably never paid attention to before, he is addicted to frogs. You might be the turtle guy, but he is 100% the frog guy. There are frogs everywhere.
Yeah. I love the little accentuations that someone makes, which is why every water feature is unique, because the customers, when we're done, put stuff like this in there. And I love the fact that he loves frogs.
This is a great part of the stream where it actually splits up there. So originally this stream just came down on this side.
Yep.
Being addicted to it,
yes.
He said, hey, how much work would it take to split it and have water come down on this side as well? So we split that stream. I love how we constantly keep crossing the water. Bridge back there, bridge right here. Come down these great stone steps.
It literally feels like you're entering a sanctuary.
Yes.
I love the flowers that are coming in here. I love the waterfalls, the frogs. Okay, this is really cool. How did you do this, Brian?
So one thing we did with this project is he's got about 45 feet of stream up above this point here up to there. He really wanted to just have a section of this stream run through the winter. So what we can do is shut off the upper 45 feet and just allow water to come out from underneath that rock.
Yep.
And so now we're just running a shorter part of this whole project.
Right. And you got a light in there so it will glow up at night. You know, the little island in there, more frogs. I love how you designed a very unique water feature in this pondless waterfall, pond in a pondless.
So Tom came to me, he said, Brian, I love my water feature so much. Is there a way I can actually sit in it? And he's a huge Sox fan. His wife is a Cubs fan. He's a Sox fan, but he wants nothing more than to be able to sit in a water feature and watch the TV during the middle of summer.
Now this is my kind of guy right here.
So we have these stone stairs that go down into this. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is a bench built into the bottom of this pond, all out of slate. It kind of mimics the top area there. So you could sit on the top edge, just dangle your feet in the water, walk down in here. You can see the stairs. We've got different seating areas here and here. There's some giant fish in there, so he loves being able to sit with his fish, watch the Sox game.
I love it.
Interact with the pond. You should have been one going in there. You got shorts on.
Even the little touches like this. What is this? I know he did this for his dogs, right?
So we're pretty creative, but Tom's got some vision too. And so he asked, hey, is it possible to have a little area over here where my dog can drink from a fountain all the time?
He wants this dog to drink from a fountain. So you have a little pump in here, it recirculates, you drill the hole in a rock, and it just goes back into the pond.
It just goes back into the pond. So his dog comes down here every morning, takes a drink, and then goes for a walk.
But wait, there's more. We've got the pond that he could sit with his fish in, and then it flows down here, right?
And this overflows and goes back down all the way into a very large pondless reservoir.
Yes.
So it's about a 2,000 gallon tank down there. Pumps it down in the pondless reservoir.
Yep.
Pushes the water all the way back up the hill, and then just
recirculates
recirculates over and over again.
So basically, it's a pond within a pondless system. We're sunken down low. That's actually a natural creek that flows through his backyard. And you would think, well, why would somebody with a natural creek in their backyard or living on a lake? We see water-loving people, whether they live on a lake, a river, a creek, they usually want to add a water element because as nice as that creek is and as natural, it doesn't make a sound. Okay, and it's not interactive. He doesn't have fish. You can't keep fish in a creek that's flowing. So he built all of this because he's a water-loving person, which so many of our customers are. Not only a water-loving person with this, but wait, there's more, because check out this over here.
This was actually the first feature we built. So we built this feature over 16 years ago.
Wow.
We had 3 daughters and really wanted them to interact with it. Like we talk about so much now, Greg, trying to get kids outside. He saw this a long time ago and wanted to get the kids more involved with nature and everything else. So we built this pond to be as interactive as possible, even with these kind of larger stepping stones, right? So you can kind of hop across and move through here. Not a path for everybody, but fun for kids.
We're pretty shady back here. It's a shade garden. It's got hostas, but look at how great the impatiens are doing, planted right in the water.
Yeah, nobody thinks impatiens will grow right out of the water, but this is one single plug. So you get that flat of impatiens, take the plug right out of that flat of impatiens, just shove it down into the water, and you can see it growing right out of there. And he's got them everywhere, here and here, and the white ones, the pink ones. Such a great way to add some color in a very dense shade garden.
But wait, there's more. This is a very unique design. At 16 years ago, you ever done something like this?
This is the first and only.
Okay.
Well, the biggest challenge we had with this project was this wall. There was a large limestone wall that kind of carried the length of the entire property here. And instead of trying to build around it, we just built right through it. So we disassembled a section of this wall here, literally counted and marked every single piece so it would go back the same way. Took our liner, brought it back behind that area, put a biofalls back there, and then put that stone right back in place just like it had always been. And so instead of having water come up and over it, we let the water kind of move through it. And what's fun about that one there, every year the water changes where it wants to come out.
Based off how much sediment is in the thing.
So the liner comes all the way back into here. The challenging part, of course, Greg, was that how far is the water going to carry out past each joint? So we came way back into here, and that liner comes up, goes like this, comes back, and it just kind of follows this.
Probably a 4 feet on either side of the water that we see. because you don't want it to leak.
If you look at this wall, see all the moss that's growing on it? That's how far the water actually comes, because that moss is being fed by the drip, drip, drip that's coming out of the wall. But awesome that you have no idea that one of the main filters for this pond is sunken right behind this wall. You want to take me on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Best of 3.
This is what he does.
This is like my Pac-Man machine.
Oh!
That's a 2-pointer. Oop, 0. Oh,
all right, so all I have to do is get it around there and I win, right?
Get it on there.
Okay, and then I win, right?
Yep.
Okay. This is why I'm the boss. How do you pick a favorite part? Why don't you comment below what your favorite part is? I kind of do have my favorite part. Hopefully you have your favorite part. I'm gonna say that my favorite part about this is actually where he's got a built-in ledge that he can swim with his koi. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, it's super hard for me to decide. Like, I look at our original pond, you know, built so many years ago. That whole thing was built by hand too. You know, where there's no way to get machines down into this backyard. And so I love that waterfall, how it splits and turns. I love the bridges. I love this. I love, of course, this area. Every part of it is fun.
Have you seen this? This area might be your favorite part of this. And you know what? This is what this is about. This channel is about living the aquascape lifestyle. This guy enjoys living the lifestyle, period. He's got a beautiful pergola back here. He entertains a lot. You can just tell that this is just a labor of love for him. He's a hardworking guy. He travels a lot. And he said when he wanted to be home, he wants to be home. And I love the fact that he hangs out in his pond. Living the aquascape lifestyle is not just about the water features, but it's about what it encompasses around it. It's the fire pits, it's the outdoor kitchens, it's the patios, it's the furniture. It's how people really engage and interact with their yard. I think people would benefit immensely spending time outside in nature, and there is nothing that will encourage you to spend more time in nature than having a living, breathing aquascape ecosystem water feature. If you guys like this is a phenomenal yard. Share so more people can understand what living the aquascape lifestyle is all about. Like, comment, and subscribe, and follow along in the links below. And I love my job. I love it.